There is one stat that nobody talks about, but it's arguably the most important metric in your entire fashion business. And no, it's not return on ad spend. It's not ROAS. It's not revenue. It's not even the customer acquisition cost, because those are surface level numbers if you think about it. This stat quietly decides whether your brand compounds or it slowly bleeds out. And everyone knows about word of mouth, but I'm not talking about word of mouth. Here I'm talking about your 12-month customer cohort retention rate. So according to RJ Metrics, over 12 months, the average brand retains over 1.8 to 4% of their customers. Meaning out of everyone who bought from you in month 1, almost nobody is buying a year later. And for fashion brands, if you think about it, this is everything. It's literally the backbone of a fashion brand is repeat purchases. And you cannot infinitely spend money to acquire people on their first order. Because at some point, the ads are going to get more expensive, the CPMs are going to rise, the CAC will rise. But what is scalable is making sure people love you after they buy the first time. And they keep buying again and again and again. And if you run ads to a brand with a 1% cohort retention rate, then you're pouring liquid gold into a leaky bucket. And so now you're probably wondering, like, Hugo, how do I fix this? Well, step number 1, the easiest fix, the lowest hanging fruit. The easiest fix is to remind people. So have a robust email and SMS marketing system. If people don't hear from you, then they fucking forget about you. So you just have to know that. So just remind them in email and SMS about new collections, new offers, new colors, new SKUs, new upcoming drops. And that alone will drastically increase the chance that they'll remember you and thus buy from you again. Number 2 is to audit the customer experience. So you have to make sure that you measure the whole thing end to end. Look at your comments, look at your DMs, look at Trustpilot, look at your support tickets, look at your Zendesk chats, look at every single thing you can find. Talk to people one-on-one, like what are people complaining about? What do they love? What do they hate? Shipping speed, sizing issues, returns. If people had a bad experience the first time, they're probably not going to come back no matter how good or how creative your ads are. And then we go to step number 3. Stop talking only to insiders. So another big one is that brands would sometimes get stuck in circular messaging. So they would only have hyping drops, only talking to core fans, and then the new people who walk in feel like they're joining a conversation halfway, and so they leave. And so that's why you need to have evergreen content that constantly reintroduces A, who the brand is for, B, what it stands for, C, why people love the brand. It's kind of like you're a broken record, but that's what actually works. It's in a way you're a broken record, but in exchange for sounding like a broken record to your best fans, you're making new people feel more welcome to your brand. And finally, step number 4 is that most fashion brands don't compete on fabric or stitching. So they compete on stage 5 identity marketing. And so if people see your brand as a nice to have and not an aspirational ideal or something that they want to be, then they're just gonna leave. And cohort retention rate is literally a measurement of customer love and how much you reflect the ideal that they have in themselves. Last thing I'll say is that ads don't fix retention. They basically just amplify it. And if your fashion brand isn't growing the way that you want it to be, don't ask how you scale the ads. Ask why people are not coming back.